I was watching earlier today on YouTube, and it was a forum in Kiev. So apparently, Zelensky called a meeting on how Europe and Ukraine and even Canada will move forward concerning Ukraine's crisis with Russia and how they were looking at moving forward without involving the United States. Um, Things are looking really, really, really interesting. I gotta say. The United States is at odds with Europe. The United States is at odds with Canada, and more so, it's more than just money. So it's more than just Europe, um, putting in their own share. It's more than just Canada putting in more money in their own share for defense. It's more so about the relationship between Russia and China, and the U.S. is trying to thwart a strong Russian Chinese relationship. That relationship together is what's going to bring BRICS to the next level. Trump just recently said that any BRICS nation, it's going to be 125% tariffs on any BRICS nation that even talks about dethroning the dollar. So it's wild. Everything is wild right now. Some of it is necessary. Some of them may just be a bit too much. Welcome to Global Reference News Independent Sources. Today I came across an article in the AP, and it says U.S. refuses to blame Russia for Ukraine war, splitting with European allies in UN vote. So apparently, the UN was in session today, and the U.S. looks like they voted against Ukraine's interests. So it says United Nations, the AP, in a dramatic shift in transatlantic relations under President Donald Trump, the United States split with its European allies by refusing to blame Russia for its invasion of Ukraine and votes on three UN resolutions Monday seeking an end to the 3-year war. So Trump did promise that he was going to end this war one way or the other because it's coming out of the U.S.'s pocket. What I can say that's kind of not right about Trump is him throwing Zelensky under the bus, especially when the war initially kicked off. Trump was behind Zelensky 100%, and we can even dare to say Trump pushed Zelensky into this war. It says the growing divide follows Trump's decision to open direct negotiations with Russia on ending the war, dismaying Ukraine and its European supporters by excluding them from the preliminary talks last week. In the UN General Assembly, U.S. joined Russia in voting against a Europe-backed Ukrainian resolution that calls out Moscow's aggression and demands an immediate withdrawal of Russian troops. It goes on to say that the United States then abstained from voting on its own competing resolution after Europeans. Why does it? Yeah, this is bad grammar by whoever wrote this is bad grammar. Europeans led by France, succeeding in amending it to make clear Russia was the aggressor. The voting was taking place on the third anniversary of Russia's invasion and as Trump was hosting French President Emmanuel Macron in Washington. So yeah, that was a good press conference held earlier. I'm gonna post some videos in Global Reference News, the main channel, so you can actually see that full interview. Well, press conference rather. It was a major setback for the Trump administration and a 193 member royal body, whose resolutions are not legally binding but are seen as a barometer of world opinion. Huh. The U.S. then pushed for a vote on its original draft in the more powerful UN Security Council, where resolutions are legally binding and it has veto power along with Russia, China, Britain, and France. The vote in the 15-member council was 10-0, with 5 European countries abstaining: Britain, France, Denmark, Greece, and Slovenia. Yeah, they don't want to get involved in that. So this just goes on to talk about, that particular incident. But here's something interesting. It says Trump also falsely accused Kyiv of starting the war and warned that he better move fast to negotiate an end to the conflict or risk not having a nation to lead. Now, he's got a point there. If this keeps going on, this war of attrition, if it keeps going on, Ukraine will be left with nothing. Zelensky responded by saying Trump was living in a Russian-made disinformation space. I don't know. Most of it seems to be common sense, though. You know, because you this is like a like what is the end goal? You know, I feel like Russia's holding back. I do believe if Russia pulled out all its stops, they would obliterate Ukraine in a matter of moments. And the General Assembly voted 93 to 18 with 16 abstentions to approve the Ukrainian resolution. The result showed some diminished support for Ukraine because previously Assembly votes saw more than 140 nations condemn Russia's aggression. Wow. Wow. Yeah, because everybody's tired of this war. Everybody's tired of this war. You know, I think we had enough of this war. We seen as much as we want to see of it. And so yeah, this war is just getting out of control. Long story short, I'm not gonna burden you with. You can read the rest of this. Is Yahoo News, the Associated Press. To make a long story short, though, this has an end, and Trump is pretty much like, look, if I have to side with Russia to put an end to this, then let's do it, because it's doing nothing but costing everybody. I want to say it's costing everybody except Ukraine. Everybody has to foot the bill in this. United States has to foot the bill. Canada somewhat. Europe definitely has. So people are tired of paying for it, but it seems like Europe doesn't want to back away from Ukraine because Europe is afraid of what Russia is going to do. This is the only reason why Europe continues to stand behind Ukraine. Because if Russia takes Ukraine, that gives Russia a great more gateway into Europe. And that's what's happening next. What will happen after that? Who knows? Time will tell. www.globalreferencenews.com. Check us out. We have more interesting stories, not only about what's going on with the United States and Ukraine, but also other stories that's going on around the world. See you in the next video.